Hello everyone, it's GothamChick once again, and I'm here to share with you my book of treasures. This is actually going out to my partner Katie, and I really hope she likes this. As you can see, I did some embellishments on the front. This centerpiece was actually already made, so this wasn't me. I simply attached it with double-sided tape, and then I did the same for the acrylic rhinestones around. Very pretty, right? And then I made my own chipboard letters using a printout of the alphabet that I needed. But then if you look closely here, it's layers of actually cardstock or folder paper, manila folder. And again, I'm hoping to do a tutorial of that sometime in the future. The whole album itself is a repurposed album, which I had wrapped in this very gorgeous floral print that I found in one of Oprah's magazines. I did 2 of it, and then I pasted it onto a photo book, and then I proceeded to paint it with some pearly pink acrylic paint. Okay. As you can see, I did here. This is how the print looks without the paint and without Mod Podge. So this is something that I'm very proud of. That's why I really wanted to make a good video. As you can see, the first flap is supposed to be my dedication to Katie. There is a letter inside of here. I used a lot of ribbons to secure many of the items that I'm sending out. It's a little tough holding the camera with one hand and then holding out parts of the album I'm trying to show you. So see, there's a letter there. And then I basically made a book of treasures of quotes. So I have a lot of these, like for example, here you see something from Scott Adams saying, "Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep." I have a ton of these around the different parts of the book of treasures. Then we're going to secure this. If you look, this is a very beautiful elastic sequined trim, which is not in hot pink but rather in baby pink. Gorgeous, huh? This is a digital paper that I had printed, which I had purchased off of Designer Digitals, if I'm not mistaken. Now if you look here, this is a combination of 3 trims. There's sequin trim on one side, this is beaded lace, and then this is tassel, actually. Very different and very shimmery tassel. So again, this is the same paper, but see the effect? I painted it with some acrylic paint. So this would be the plain, and then this would be the acrylic painted paper. The effect is that it sort of makes it more it makes it semi-transparent, actually. Okay. Like I said, I went crazy buying ribbons for this swap. This is something that I've been doing in my tags. What I do is I get heavy lace, a piece of heavy lace, which I glue onto paper, and I try to use something heavier. See, this is the joy of opening a book of treasures, opening the ribbons and everything. So again, there's a quote inside, and then of course, how can I not send a gift without those gorgeous handmade papers from the Philippines? And I'm sending her, I think, 5 pieces along with some abaca fiber. This I bought from National Bookstore. Those who are from the Philippines will be familiar with that name. Then this one is a very happy coincidence. She's actually into Nicoletta Ceccoli as well. So what I did was I got 6 images actually of Nicoletta, and then I printed them on, if you look at that, actual pages of newspaper. I took portions of the New York Times, and then I actually printed on them. But what I did was, with the 4 images, I wanted, if you notice, the images actually have their hands stretched out. I wanted to be able to put some of my earrings here to give to Katie. And here's one set. But I didn't want to punch holes into the printout. So what I did was, remember the time when we used to use transparencies for presentations? I found a box of them which we don't use anymore. And what I did was I printed on one end, there you see again the damask in pink, and then I created a flap over the actual print, which again has a quote here, and this is actually the print I did. Pretty, right? So I did 4 of these. So that's one. If you look at, she can take it out, or you know, she can keep it. Here's another set of earrings and another print. Here's the back and another quote. Another print. See, I just did very, very tiny holes and put the earwire hook there. And then another set. There you go. And this one, even this one, you can see it almost in prayer. See? And again, another quote at the back. And if you look at this tape that I use, this is actually my own washi tape, my own, well, masking tape where I printed some floral prints on. And my only problem with this, it wears out, but then it gives it a rustic feel, so I'm not dying, killing myself over that. So when I ship this, I'm actually going to secure the earrings with a piece of sticky tape on both sides. That way it doesn't go crazy and jump all over. So that's that. And there's another Nicola Cioccoletti print. Now for this one, this is just a print I did on craft paper. The embellishment is some elastic sequin trim. And I'm sending her, like, I think this is around 24 laser printed tags. So I've simply secured it with a ribbon, which I put a bead on so she can pull it out, you know, I think. Then she can cut it perhaps, then put it together later. So this is another interesting part of the Book of Treasures, which incidentally is not the last part, although it's the last thing that you'll see here. So what I had done, I took some rickrack, and again there's some lace that's overlay over just, you know, craft paper printed with a fancy damask print. I think this one I got, if I'm not mistaken, also from Designer Digital. So inside is this nice packet. Let me put it out in front. It's a packet of envelopes that I handmade, all craft paper with different digital prints. And inside each envelope there's a surprise. Like for some, I put some scrapbooking elements. There's a leaf skeleton, a packet of leaf skeletons in one, some flowers, etc. But it's a total of 5 in one. Okay, I told you that's not the end of it because I actually ran out of space. And the idea of the swap was to put together stuff that you could put in permanently or that you could take out. So that's the book itself, which you can turn into her own journal later on or her own photo book. So this is the second part, which I simply bound by loose ring binders. Okay. So for the first one, this is an interesting part of the swap because I got this from online and just printed it on, and then I picked up this coat, and when you open, you'll see 5 separate surprises. So here, for example, let me just open one. This is actually handmade paper frames, which I bought again in National Bookstore a while back. And then let's open this one. I want to open everything because I need to ship out today. Again, some pretty flowers which you can put adhesive on or glue on, or you can sew it onto anything you want to embellish. So that's one portion. And the next portion of the book actually is something I really put a lot of work into, which I think is upside down, but we'll fix that when we send out. So if you look here, it says, it's very obvious what it's about. It says right away. So let's fold the button. So I used graphic of just vintage script, and although this is the same font or set of alphas that I had used for the cover. This is just plain printed on paper, on adhesive paper. So it's a trifold, and here he says, I picked this code because it's specifically about writing a letter. To send a letter is a good way to go somewhere without moving anything but your heart. Isn't that so true? When she opens, we'll have her address labels, and I made some stationery for her. So that's one set for Katie, and then there are two sets of ledger paper actually. That's one, and another. This was a little tricky creating this folder, and it took a lot of effort, and I liked it because it taught me how to experiment. Again, I used recycled pressboard folders to create sort of like expanding flaps. Okay, so it's all just cut out. And then finally, I have this last portion. I really love this ribbon. I bought it from M&J Trimming over at 6th Avenue. I have a note here that says, this postie and the quotes are removable, which is, and for this one, I wanted to give her supplies for ATCs. So I printed out a back ATC label for her. KRomo is her swap bot handle. And I have here quite a stash of ATC backgrounds papers, and actually some of them are already half made, like for example this one. I create backgrounds when I can so that when I need to create ATCs I don't have to go start from scratch. So I would usually just add whatever needs to be added. I gave her some sleeves, and here you'll see an envelope which says one of mine, so that's a surprise. It's a Marilyn Monroe ATC that I had traded away. So I'm sending this off to her. Apparently, I have actually missed out on two important portions of the swap, which I will talk about when I do send, maybe next week. Apologies to Katie. I hope you really enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to doing another one of this, but not anytime soon. It took a lot of effort, really. But I'm very happy. You know, it's always nice to make other people happy and to see them enjoy your work. So again, this is GothamChick. This is for the Book of Treasures 2013 over at SwapBot, and I hope Katie loves it. If you're watching this and you like what you saw, please feel free to email me at GothamChickEtsy@gmail.com, or you can also write me at postcardmailbox@gmail.com. My personal blog is at PinayNewYorker.com, and my craft blog is at GothamChick.com. Thank you. Please don't forget to comment, rate, or subscribe as you deem fit. And I hope you watch my videos. Something is coming up again soon, so I'm trying to keep this as regular as possible. Let's all have fun doing the swaps over at SwapBot.